Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video, trying to be not too frustrated about what just happened in that I recorded a 20-minute video of my last legendary Astral run right as Reset launched here in order to show off what it was like and commentate my way through it. And I did not have my display recording, I only had my audio recording. So I don't think putting up a still image of Astral and then doing my entire commentary over it would be very good. So I am just going to re-record something relatively short here about how this version of this activity is, in fact, as we expected, very pointless. Astral Legendary launched today. It is probably more pointless than Legendary Shattered Realm. That was at least kind of a, that could be like a fun solo challenge. I think there was a solo triumph tied to it. It gives you high stat focus tier 3 umbral drops, so I don't want to do it for any extended period of time, but like it at least, you can make the case for it as an activity. Legendary Astral Alignment is something you're not going to solo, unless you're, I don't know, esoteric or whoever those people are that solo everything. I'm sure someone will, like for some YouTube video, but it's not going to be me. And I don't know, maybe it's okay with the footage didn't record, because all it was just scrambling around completing a normal Astral that took longer than usual because it's a little harder. So here we have locked loadouts, we have match game, we have 30-second respawn timers, but they're not Nightfall respawn timers. So there's no like timer you can't res, it's just a 30-second timer. But if everybody wipes, you will go to orbits, or if you do not complete the objective in time. That did seem a little hairy a few times because we were doing the Scorn, like shoot all the balls out of the sky one. And at first everyone was just dead to Screebs, myself included, so we were not really shooting any of those balls, and it seemed like we may just fail the objective because you only have 4 minutes or something. But we beat it, and then the next one was the carry the balls up the hill one, which if you have a team that remotely knows what they're doing, that one is not that hard. That one did not really seem any harder, honestly. So the Scorn one might be the hardest. I don't think that the other Taken one, where you're carrying the things around and dunking them, would be that hard either. What was hard was the boss phase, and we almost died there. We almost wiped. I think we got down to 2 people alive out of 6 at one point, just because the increased power level alone there is enough to kind of screw you up, because it's 1320 instead of, I don't know what it used to be, 1250. So I'm 1345, and there were 1330 people in there. So you're still above it. This isn't like GM level difficulty or anything, and yet so like you can die a lot more easily. You have to be a lot more aware of things like shooting the little floaty balls that the ogre shoots out of the sky so they don't blow up your teammates instantly. And then champions are more deadly. A bunch of acolytes spawn with void shields. I went in all solar because I forgot about match game. But with 6 people, you're probably going to have people that have all the elements, so that's not a huge deal. It's just you have to be more aware. You have to play a little more cautiously, and it just takes longer. I think my run was like 18 minutes when like you can easily do sub 10-minute Astral runs on normal mode. So here it is a little bit harder. I guess it's technically maybe about half the time or about double the time, which makes sense because the rewards are just literally double chests at the end. So it takes twice as long and you get 2 chests. So it is essentially no different than doing normal Astral twice, except it's just more annoying and harder. Unlike the legendary Shattered Realm, there are no bonuses to the drops here. This isn't a surprise, like they said this. I was waiting to see if I would be surprised by, maybe the weapons you get have double perks, maybe the armor is high stat. I did not see any of that to be true. It's just another chest. And it also costs 100 trajectory. So before, you were usually able to get enough trajectory or parallax trajectory to get pretty much a free chest, because you would get probably 100 over the course of it. But now it costs 200 if you want to open both chests, so you're spending more money. But these are just totally random drops. You can get any of the armor pieces, and they are not high stat focus drops. They're garbage. I mean, anything that is not a high stat armor drop is garbage. Like, that's just the way it works now if you already have everything for transmog. The weapons are just normal weapon drops, which I guess is fine for randomly hunting through all 6 seasonal weapons to get the rolls you want. I got a couple, okay rolls just for fun, but like probably nothing I don't already have. and they are not, your 3 or 4 perk weapons like the tier 3 focus ones. You do not get a tier 3 anything drop from this at all. It is just another chest. So not a good way to farm anything, not rewarding enough to make this worth doing, or risk, God forbid, actually wiping if you're doing this with randoms, making your entire time with this completely pointless. And this is kind of what I expected, because when they just said that the result was another chest, given that this is not an activity you can focus, like you can't like align your little thing and be like, okay, I want a hand cannon this run. Like now you get 2 hand cannons. It's not like that. It's just random double drops of anything. So that is not a system worth doing. You have to do this once for the title, which I have now done. So I will now proceed to never do this again. Literally the only differences I noticed were just the power level and then the modifiers. And then at the very beginning, there were 2 champions, the pre-Dreaming City part, or the part that's like in the blind well at first. There were 2 champions there. I did not notice any extra champions that don't normally spawn in the activity itself. So it was not like there were more champions than usual. It was just 40 power higher or whatever it is, or 30 power higher to be, slightly more annoying to beat. But if the activity is going to take twice the time of an Astral Alignment thing, and it is the only reward is getting 2 chests, there's no point doing it. There is no point farming this at all. You might as well just be doing speed runs of normal Astrals. I guess if you're with your buddies and you get this down to like, a real low clear time, like, sure, go for it. But again, the reward is just not worth any amount of effort. And the only thing I can really see this being good for, other than the title, is like streamers showing off and like 3-manning this and 2-manning this. And I don't think there's matchmaking. I just did LFG right away because I didn't even want to bother. And that was okay. I think we all did reasonably okay. No worse than a normal Astral, but the long and short of it is there is no point to this. This is not a well-structured reward for this level of challenge. Like, not that this is so hard, but I would consider doing this maybe if it was giving you at least a tier 3 weapon drop per completion. It is not doing that. It is simply giving you double the pool of before, just 2 chests, so it can be, a 1 in 10, 1 in 12 drop of all the existing things that were there before. And it costs more currency, so you will probably, if you're not stacking currency in other ways, you may just run out of currency and not be able to even open the second chest half the time. I didn't look how much it gives you on completion if it's more parallax, but the point being, I don't see why this exists. This just seems like it's something to exist. Someone made the comment that they hoped that Bungie's idea of a like legendary version of the campaign is going to be more than what we're seeing from Shattered Realm and Astral Alignment here. I very much hope that's true, because the only differences here are like Shattered Realm had like a couple more champions and then turning the power up, and then Astral has match game and turning the power difficulty up a bit, but like that is it. And the rewards it gives you for doing both of these things are not worth it. Because they're even in Shattered Realm, it's too randomized. Like, you're getting a tier 3 engram, but it is worse than focusing a tier 3 engram, because you can use your ghost to focus, you can pick the stat you want, and like here I am getting a resilience chest piece or something that I don't even remotely care about. So there's no point in doing that. Also to mention that the only true high stat armor in the seasonal focusing thing is Splicer armor. Chosen armor and Lost armor are not truly high stat, because you can be getting like 56s, 57s, 58s. And for whatever reason, only Splicer armor is really consistently good, and they really nerf the quality of it. So there's just no reason to do these past getting the title. I do not think they were well conceived in terms of doling out rewards, and I don't see the point of things like this even existing. If they're not going to meaningfully try to give you worthwhile rewards for putting in the extra effort. Like, if you're going to make something hard enough to take twice the time, it can't just be twice the same rewards. Like, that's not how it can work. Like, you need to be doing it for a special particular reason, which in this case could have been tier 3 weapon drops. But even then, I don't know if I would have bothered with it. Honestly, it just, I don't see the point. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Sorry the gameplay thing got screwed up, but you didn't miss much. It is just slightly harder Astral and me running away from Ogre balls. So that's pretty much it. But if you enjoyed this, let me know. I don't know who the audience is for this, but this was, the difficulty options are kind of the last new thing for Lost we're seeing until the anniversary event gets here, and then that's its own thing, but that's a month and a half away, so we have some time now. But anyway, those are my thoughts. About to do Shattered Realm, and then probably put the game down until next reset. I'm not expecting anything really at reset after this. This is the last thing we actively know that is happening until we get some new information in the TWAB about maybe anything that's happening in the next month and a half that we don't know about, but there is nothing that is on the calendar that would seem to be coming up other than your usual changeovers of Nightfalls, and probably Iron Banner will come back, and etc. So anyway, that's all I got for now, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.